I cannot express to you how excited I am for this to be the last video on this parts washer. I'm excited to get it done so we can move on to bigger and better things. This box has got holes in it, as you can see. Thought it'd be easier just to cut it off and start over. Here is our new box for the back of the machine here. That fits right there in that hole that brush fits down in. I welded a patch right there it needed, and I will now weld that box in there. Raining outside again, that's the noise. This is our last metal repair, I believe, on this project. Red coat fuel tank sealer is what I'm going to be using to seal the inside of our parts washer. The red coat sealer was a great decision to make, I'll just tell you. I had suggestions of other things, and I appreciate it from everyone, but I had in my mind the whole time I was going to use this red coat sealer because I wanted to see how it performed. It's awesome. It's like a sticky, gooey, it's like Permatex gasket sealer. It's got that consistency to it, real sticky, really bonding-like, and it hardens up in like no time. And when it gets hard, and it's cold outside, I'm having to keep the doors open. It stinks really bad. You need to wear a mask, a respirator mask or something. And it cures up so hard. It's like a solid piece of metal even. I mean, this stuff it's awesome, and it was a good thing to use, I think, for this application. Because I'm using this red coat, that's why I didn't repair this metal on this door. Even though it's pitted deep, it didn't have any holes in it. So I thought I'd seal it up with the red coat. Now, for the second coat, and for the smooth areas, I'm just going to thin it out with some acetone. Funky, stinky stuff. But again, the worst, deepest, pitted, crappy looking, and welds I did without thinning this stuff. But man, it's thick. I mean, this is some thick stuff. What else can I tell you while I'm mixing this up? Here's something I can tell you. I did not have to use primer. So that's a benefit. 1 gallon cost me 75 bucks. I'm thinning it with this acetone, so it's going to go pretty far. This is a win-win-win-win situation. That is 2 coats. One thing I did notice about it, and I want to tell you guys, just in case you decide to use it for something like this, if you have paint, like see down by that pipe, it will react with that paint, bubble it up. But what I noticed too is, then after it cures out, it kind of clinches it down and makes it hard altogether, mixes. So I don't know, it's not a good deal. I'd get rid of the paint is what I'm saying if I were to do this again. I didn't have much, just a spot here or there, and I thought let's paint over it and just see what happens. Unfortunately, I did get some runs in my paint, sealer if you will, so to speak, and I'm very upset about that. As you can see, there's some runs in there. So that's really disappointing, and I'm heartbroken over it, but you know, some things we just need to learn to deal with. See, there's another one, so I'm just going to have to live with that and live with myself, you know, for having doing it. Our handles, even though you couldn't tell probably before on film, but they were really crooked and nasty cattywampus. So those are now repaired. Everything's straightened up with those too. Red coat on the outside and the inside of this joint where I welded it. I didn't have the right size connectors, so one of them I just squeezed together, and the other one was one of those round ones. I just snipped a little bit out of it and squeezed it together. Now I'll solder them. That should work just fine. So here's my connectors all soldered in. This was a timer for the skimmer. You guys remember the skimmer? It was so annoying, it kept running all the time because this timer was broke. So we're getting rid of that and replacing it with just a toggle switch so I can turn it on and off when I want to. I don't see any reason for it to be on a timer. These toggle switches, they have a on and off. This plate can't be switched around because it's keyed, and that way you know which way to put it on. For it to turn on, it makes contact, and off, it doesn't. Normally, if there's just two wires, especially if it goes to a switch, it doesn't matter which way you hook them up. Our breakers here, when I first got it, they seemed to work, and then this one started to fail, and this goes to the heating element, and it is no longer working, so I purchased a new breaker setup, so I'll install that now. Well, here's the front view of it, pretty much done. I am about done. There's our new galvanized pipe installed. Their little compression fitting. I did break a nozzle off in there, so I have to order one. Right there. So that was kind of a silly mistake I made. Repairs done to the back side of our machine. Of course, the breakers you saw. And our patchwork down here with a new box that spins the basket. I do have to admit, I neglected to clean up and paint one piece, and that is this piece right here. I forgot about it. And it just sets in there like so, and gets screwed down. So I'll have to do that, and I will do that pretty quick. Our basket and screen, I did not paint those. I'm just not concerned about that. I don't know if I ever will. It depends on whether or not the chemical causes them to rust. I'm sure I'll paint them, but probably this summer with some kind of, I don't know. I'm not too concerned about this stuff right now. We're going to use it like it is. And this is the soap that the manufacturer recommends we use in this machine. So hopefully this stuff will do the job. I guess it's made for aluminum. I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't rust the inside of the machine anymore. We'll see. We'll see how it works out. As far as I'm concerned, this project is over with and done. 3 episodes on this thing. I want to thank you guys for sticking with me through it. I didn't expect it to take this long. Making these videos wasn't really that enjoyable. I'd rather be working on motorbikes. If you want to see it work, stay tuned because we will be washing parts over here that are on the bench that go to my 1972 Suzuki T500 Titan. That's going to be it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.